Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my transfer plans for Game Week 37 and also how I'm currently getting on in Game Week 36. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are your plans for the next double game week, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, not the best game week from me. I'm currently on 88 points, a red arrow from 400 to 900th in the world. It was basically double Arsenal defence and Jackson that really hurt my rank this week. But obviously, in goal, we did have Petrovic, who did get 6 points. Very lucky with that clean sheet, to be fair. I think Bowen hit the bar like 3 times, so was very lucky to come away with 6 points there. But I really needed it just to kind of help with the onslaught that Jackson was doing to my rank. So very happy that Petrovic has picked up a clean sheet there. I did keep Augusto this week. So obviously in my last video I was thinking of getting rid of it was like Shah and Udogie or someone like that for either kind of Dallo or maybe a Ben White or someone on the lines of that. My actual transfer, I didn't take a hit this week. I just got rid of Udogie for Porro, and I'll talk about that in a second, but let's just quickly go over all the points that we got. But yeah, Gusto picked up 1 point. Gvardiol picking up 6 points. Was really hoping that they didn't concede. He did pick up that assist and obviously would have been on a massive haul if they did keep a clean sheet as well. But this guy is just insane, man. He's been so good for my team, and I'm so sorry. He's been one of my best transfers this season, and I just can't see him losing his place. I don't know why he would lose his place. He's playing so well, and he's getting so forward as well. It's not even like he's just playing as a defender. He's literally playing as a winger at times, so I'm more than happy with him. And then obviously Porro, who was my transfer in this week, a big old 0 points, so not ideal there. In midfield, we've got Son, who picked up 7 points, Foden, who picked up 5 points, Palmer, who picked up 8 points, Gordon, who picked up 6 points, and I still have Garnacho left to play, who I need to have an absolute ridiculous game tonight for me to get a green arrow. I think I'm like 15 points off a green arrow, so yeah, anything that Garnacho gets tonight will obviously help towards that. I can't see him getting 15 points unless he gets some sort of hat-trick, but as long as he gets like a goal or an assist or something, then I'd be more than happy with that. And then up top, we've got Isak, who had 7 points. At my rank, it really doesn't matter what Isak does, so it's not even the worst thing that he missed that penalty. And then Haaland picking up 4 goals. Captain, fantastic, 42 points, absolute legend. And then Onana obviously still yet to play. Solanke with the 2 points, and then Shah and Van Heck obviously out for the season. So let's just quickly talk about my transfers, because obviously I was going to do a deadline stream, but I just ran out of time. I just didn't have enough time. I had a lot of stuff to do that day with work and stuff. So unfortunately, couldn't get that done. I'm hoping to get one for the Game Week 37, but yeah, I do apologize because I did make it sound like I was going to do it, and I really wanted to, but like I said, I was just so busy. But either way, my transfers were just Udogie to Porro. So the reason behind that was because I thought that I was going to be bringing Porro in anyway, so I may as well just bring him in this week. Liverpool haven't been that good lately, so maybe, not that he'd keep a clean sheet, but maybe he'd get some sort of attack in return. And he was really close to getting attack in returns as well. He set up 2 really big chances, I think. One was a Johnson header that he just sent straight at Alisson, which would have been obviously 3 points. And I think there was another one as well. So it was actually quite unfortunate not to pick up anything from there. And then Gusto I decided to keep in the team because before the deadline, it was said that he had like an interview or something, and that he said that he should be back for West Ham. So for him to be like out completely, for him then to be back at West Ham, I was like, there's not really much point of getting rid of him in case that he is okay. And if he's not okay, then I'll just get rid of him the week after. He is okay. He was on the bench, but it also creates a little bit of a dilemma now, because now, is he going to start both? Probably not. But it's also not really worth taking a massive -12 to get rid of Gusto, Solanke, Shah, and Van Heck, just to kind of bring Jackson. And I just don't know if it's really worth it. And again, I'll talk about the kind of transfers in that portion of the video. But yeah, that's a massive kind of dilemma now. But either way, did just bring in Porro for Udogie this week. There's also been an interview from Shah as well where he said that he thinks he's going to play for Newcastle again this season. I don't think he's going to play both of the games in the double if he is back. So I think he will definitely be out this week. And then obviously Van Heck's completely out for the season anyway. So yeah, I just did Porro to Udogie just to kind of see what was happening with Gusto and Shah. And honestly, I could see Burnley scoring against Newcastle, and they left it very late. Otherwise, that would have been even worse. But yeah, obviously, they did concede, so that was really good. The Arsenal one was a little bit annoying because I feel like it wasn't really a foul on Raya, and they obviously should have got a goal. But as well as that, obviously, the penalty from Havertz, I feel like that just could not have been a penalty. I think VAR is just all over the place. He clearly just drags his foot, which obviously helped Saka, which hurt the rank a little bit as well. So I think that Arsenal game as a whole was a little bit unfortunate, but at the same time, I also got really lucky with like Petrovic keeping a clean sheet and stuff like that. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, all in all, not a great game week. Still got Garnacho left to play. Hopefully he can do what he did all those game weeks ago where he picked up those 14 points against Chelsea. That would be absolutely ideal. But yeah, fingers crossed he gets something. But that's how we're currently looking for, well, that's how we're looking at game week 36. Moving on to double game week 37, I've got 5.6 mil in the bank, and I have obviously one free transfer, and I've got a few injuries to take care of. It looks a little bit better now that obviously it's just 2 injuries. I'll obviously have to take a -4. I may take a I can't really take a -8 this week. It's either a -4 or a -12, which again is not a great position to be in. So obviously, the main transfer that I'm going to be making this week is Shaw out for Burn. That's, I think, is just a given. Even if Shaw is back, I just can't see him starting both of them unless Eddie Howe comes out and saying he's absolutely fine. He will be starting. Like, there's just no way I'm going to be keeping him. So that's obviously one transfer. My other transfer is going to be Van Heck out for a Spurs player. I know that they've been awful at the back, but there's not really any other defender that I want to bring in. Dalot is an option, but now that Maguire's out, I feel like the back line at United is just awful. Like, I'm all right with Onana because he's just going to get save points, but bringing in Dalot or someone like that, it just doesn't. I think it's very, very. I just don't think it makes a lot of sense. And even though Spurs have been terrible at the back, they do have Burnley at home and Sheffield United away in the last 3. So I'm probably just going to bring like Romero in just to hope that he scores like a bullet header or something like that. So that'll be my 2 transfers. So Burn and Romero in, and that'll give me 14 doublers. And then obviously Solanke as well, who's got Brentford at home, which, you know, Solanke has been a little bit out of favour, to be fair. He's not gotten anything since obviously the Villa game. So yeah, not been ideal owning him. And I mean, he's had some nice fixtures in that time as well. The only tough one is Arsenal, where again he should have scored. But yeah, so that's my first 2 transfers, which I think is going to happen regardless. The other thing to really think about is just whether I bring Jackson in for Gusto. Like, Gusto potentially might start both, but it's just so unlikely. It's just, is it going to weigh up the -8? Like, taking a -12 in game week 37 just doesn't seem like a smart move, because usually when you take a hit, it's for the few game weeks coming up. You know, it's not just for a couple of fixtures. And I just, even though Jackson probably is going to get a couple of goals, is it gonna? I don't know, because if Gusto starts and gets a clean sheet, then that's obviously that, and obviously if Solanke scores, then that's also hurt. So I just don't think it's worth it. I think it's just going to be a very backwards move. Again, it could all go wrong. Like, Gusto might not start either. Solanke might do nothing, and then Jackson might get a hat-trick. It could happen, but I just think a -12 at this point of the season just isn't really worth it. As well as that, if I do bring in Jackson for Solanke, who else do I even bring in as a defender? Like, I'm not going to bring in any Man United defenders. I've already got triple Spurs. I've already got triple Newcastle. I've already got triple City. The only other options are Brighton and United. And who do I want to bring out of those? Like, I know that Brighton have just kept a clean sheet, but they've also not been great at all. And United, as I just say, they've got nobody really at the back apart from Dalot. So it just doesn't really make sense. I would love Jackson in my squad so much. But for me, like, maybe an Arsenal defender, but you know, they might concede to United. So yeah, it just seems very, very backwards to just bring Jackson in for a -12 as well. Whereas I can just take a -4, hope that Gusto starts one of them and maybe gets a cameo in another, because they've got some pretty nice fixtures, to be fair. They've got Forest and Brighton, both away games though. So he might start the Brighton game and come on for a cameo against Forest. And then, I mean, hopefully he plays Bournemouth at the end of the season as well. It's just, I think the injuries have really hurt my my kind of plan at the end of the season. Obviously, I've had like an injury every single week since game week 30. This is the only week so far I've not had an injury to deal with since my game week 30 wildcard. So as I say, it has been a little bit unfortunate, and it has kind of pushed me into these certain moves and everything like that. Like, in a perfect world, I would have already had Udogi and I wouldn't have had to take a -4. I would have already had Shaw, who obviously I brought in. I would have had Lascelles ages ago, but obviously he got injured. Then I brought in Shaw, he got injured. Newcastle defenders, as soon as I bring them in, by the way, get injured. I brought Lascelles in my 30 wildcard, got injured that game. Brought Shaw in, got injured that game. So if you do have Dan Burn, I apologize. He's probably going to get injured. But it just is what it is. It's just how the game is. Obviously, you can get lucky, you can get unlucky. The game is 50% luck and 50, well, probably a little bit more than that, obviously. But you can plan well, but if you get loads of injuries, there's only so much you can do. But obviously, I've had a ridiculously good season, so I can't really complain too much. But yeah, it could have been a little bit better if the injuries were a little bit kinder to me. But yeah, I think it's probably just going to be Ramiro and Burnin. I could go a little bit differential and bring like Emerson Royale in, but at the same time, probably just go Ramiro, who's got a bit more of a goal threat on like corners and stuff like that. And yeah, hopefully can score some sort of bullet header or something like that. Hopefully stays away from the red cards. And then obviously for game week 38, I'll have triple Spurs for Sheffield United away, which is pretty nice. And then that week I might just take a massive punt on someone. I've only got 5.6 mil, so I can't really bring in like Salah or anyone. Which I would like to do on the last game of the season, but I don't know. You have to go for a bit of a punt on the last game week. You just kind of have to. Probably bring like probably not Saka because obviously he's already highly owned. I might just bring in a player that's not highly owned that might just tear up the place. But either way, that's how we're currently looking for game week 37 and double game week 36 and double game week 37. If you enjoy the video, please do consider hitting the like button down below. It's trying at 50 likes. Leave a comment. How are you getting on in game week 36? A lot of people are part of the 100 club, so congratulations if you are in that. And also, if you didn't go Haaland captaincy, that's another thing I should talk about as well. Yeah, obviously, I did go Foden captaincy, and I was talking about that all week. But then when Pep came out and said that, you know, Haaland's absolutely fine to start, I was like, all right, well, then maybe it's a little bit risky going against him. And I did it, like, just before the deadline as well. So I'm really, really happy that I did that. But, yeah, completely understand that I was saying I was going to go Foden all week. But as soon as that Pep comment came out, I was like, I've just got to go Haaland. And I'm very happy I did. Otherwise, I would be at a much worse rank right now. But either way, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. And until next time, peace.